This is TWiT.
I wanted to mix things up a little bit. We've been working on our miniature for a while here on Crafting Corner. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit more. It's a little too loud for me. And I thought I saw some more people who said they wanted to join in on the fun. And so I thought it'd be a good time to show another craft that we can work on. We will, of course, head back to Jason's kitchen soon. But until then, I'll show you what we're doing in just a moment. But I wanted to welcome those of you who are new to the party, who said you wanted to tune in this week. Welcome. Mikah's Crafting Corner is underway. And this... Oh, that's upside down. Oh no, they're all upside down is what we're going to be working on. There, we'll just do that for now while I fix that. This is part of the Lego Botanical Collection. This one's called Tiny Plants. So we can see some different cacti, perhaps some succulents. That appears to be perhaps a... it doesn't look much like a Venus flytrap because it's very pink in the middle. So it's really it's giving Mario. Anyway, I thought we'd build some of these. So let me first make an adjustment since this has decided to completely flip itself upside down. You know, there's not a quick way to affect that, so we'll just go forth. Anyway, this is part of, again, the Botanical Collection, which is a Lego Icons product. And it says 18 plus, but I don't know. I found the Botanical Collections to not be too difficult, but fun nonetheless. All right. So I have yet to open this. This is brand new. Well, sorry, it is not brand new. I've had it for a long time, but it is new to me. Let me switch to, there we go, the mixed cam there. And I'm going to pop this open. And see what we're working with. A little bit louder than I would prefer, as we have been trying to sort of get the vibe of a delightful painting show. By the way, I live in Portland now, right? I was at a restaurant the other day, and Bob Ross was on the television. I was talking with a group of friends, and we all said, I wonder if Bob Ross is from Portland. Doesn't Bob Ross just kind of give you those Portland feels, Portland vibes? We thought, wherever could you be from, dear Bob Ross? Turns out Bob Ross, Florida. Bob Ross is from Florida. Also, fun fact, Bob Ross was a carpenter for a long time, and his left index finger is missing the tip because of his work in carpentry. But luckily, he can still hold the palette to paint with. So even though he's missing the end of his finger, he's able to paint no problem. He was also in the military, and turns out that his well-known, famous hair is something that he didn't really enjoy, but instead was a cost-saving measure when he created his production studio, because the haircuts he was getting was just one thing that they could kind of cut back on. So they looked at cutting back on a bunch of things, and him getting his military buzz cut, because he was in the military, was one area where they could save money. So he started growing out his hair, and then the logo for the production company became that sort of outline. And he realized he had to keep it even though he didn't like it. So there you go. Florida, carpenter, missing a bit of his finger, didn't like his own hair. That's Bob Ross. Now back to crafting. Go with the second one. Third. My hope is that each of them kind of is just going to be in its own bag, because sometimes that's not the case. 4, 5, and 6. Of course, what we're doing now is just checking to make sure we've got all the bags. Ooh, what kind of scones are you making, Dustin? Oh, Bob Ross emoji in the chat. Thank you, Bookend Kitties. And hello, Dustin's wife. Forgive me if you told me her name before. Oh, your wife's name is Blueberry? I'm kidding. Blueberry scones, yummy. Vegan but not gluten-free. Okay, what's your binder in a vegan scone recipe? I guess scones are kind of unique in that they can sort of be bound by the sugars, right? Because it's sort of like a held. I'm not going to lie to you. Scones are one of my least favorite because it just kind of reminds me of held together edible sand. But if I get something wet on there, then it's a much better experience. But yeah, scone on its own, that rhymes, is not my favorite. But I've also never had like a super fresh scone. So it could very well be that I'm just not getting the ideal scone. I'm eating the wrong scone, says Bookend Kitties. Perhaps I am, because they all feel like they hit your tongue and then your saliva just absorbs all of the moisture. No, let me try that again. The scone just absorbs all of the saliva on your tongue, has been my experience. Of course, mind you, I do make gluten-free scones. Wait, tell me more. Well, I guess I'm trying to think of other dry pastries. Okay, this is cool. It does seem to be showing us what the plants are. The false shamrock, Oxalis triangularis, the jade plant, otherwise known as Crassula ovata, Crassula. Technically, that would be, if we're going with original Latin and not church Latin, that would be Crassula ovata, which sounds really cool and kind of rhymes with Hakuna Matata. So that's what it is, Bookend Kitties. I need to have them with cream and butter. See, I've had some good mini scones in a high tea tower, but I think that's because they came with cream and butter, so it made it better. It's like they said, you know what? Instead of putting the moisture ingredients into the scone, we'll let you do that after the fact. It's like a deconstructed pastry. It's like a muffin. It's like a dry muffin. I'm sorry. Listen. Anyway, back to what you were saying, Dustin. What is the Asula no Wata? What is the binder in a vegan pastry? If we're not using egg, do you use sort of a false egg? A false egg? What is that? Do you use that vegan egg substance? You might be saving money right now because you're not using eggs. Anyway, looks like lace leaf, anthurium, andreanum. Oh, it's like these are the three you're going to be making. So get ready. I have to say, I have to give myself props here because never mind. I won't be giving myself props. I thought I picked up the right book right away, but it is clear to me now that, vegan buttermilk. Okay. I'm going to ask you all. I'm going to line these booklets up. Booklet 1 at the top, booklet 2 in the middle, booklet 3 at the bottom. And I'll lift each of them up. Here's booklet 1. And booklet 1 has a cactus with a flower on it and some sort of beautiful blue flower. Booklet 2 has that Mario plant. I believe some sort of cactus creation. We'll look at it in a minute. And then a flower with some interesting doll brush petals. That's 2. And then 3, the beautiful red flowers, the purple flowers that have butterflies. That's false, what do we call it? False shamrock. And the jade plant. So, booklet 1, booklet 2, or booklet 3. We've got 1 vote for 3. I'm going to give us a little bit of time. And then what milk, Dustin? Is it almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk? Well, Timothy, there's no actual 1, 2, or 3. These are just, you look at the front and you decide which booklet you want to go with, which plants you want to make. 3 seems to be winning. So let's go with 3, which interestingly is the one we picked up first. So let's do that. I guess technically, Timothy, you could base what booklet you want to start with by which bags are mentioned in which booklet. But yeah, they don't have labels for this. Okay, so we're going to be using 1 for the 2 small plants and then 2 for the beautiful red plant. Here we go. So we're starting with the butterfly. By the end of this, I'll have these memorized. False shamrock is our first. Oops. Well, that's interesting. I wonder what happened there. Let me get that camera rolling again. It's supposed to be zoomed in on this one, but it's not. Oh, there we go. All right. So we'll dump out bag 1. Oh, Burke, I refuse to dump out all of them. So messy. When I'm building Lego, I usually use glass bowls, and I will use a few of the same size and drop them into those bags. But we don't have the material to do that here right now. And the fun thing is, I get to try to put this together while looking past the microphone arm. So if you see me doing this, it's because I'm attempting to see the pieces. Nice, Timothy. By the way, can everyone hear a little bit of the music in the background? I like to have it playing a little bit, but I'm always cautious to not have it drowning anything out. All right, it appears we start with a basket piece, not a basket case. And we drop in a little gray child. Ooh, is anybody watching this season of The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime? They finally introduced the gray men. Okay, I turned it up a little bit. Well, we're done. No. Now we're going to take an interesting little green circle. This one doesn't have any dots on the top, just a hole in the middle. Yes, that is a great idea, Burke. Burke says, any leftovers, you rake it onto the floor before bedtime, leaving a midnight floor surprise. We've got a small little piece here. Going back to earlier, I was reading about gardening overalls. So tell me, what makes these overalls unique to gardening? Are we adding more pockets to these overalls? Are we adding loops to hang trowels on? What makes a gardening overall a gardening overall? Also, can we take a second to just adore how creative the folks at Lego get in reusing pieces? These look like they'll probably end up being petals, but if you look at them, they're little hats. They're like newspaper boy hats or golf hats, and those will become pebbles. We'll take this piece, pop it onto the top to help make the pot. Look at that. We've got a pot, plant pot. Okay, I'm going to have to open up the small bag that's filled with all of the tiny pieces. Sturdy twill and have a custom pocket for my phone so it doesn't fall out while I listen to TWiT in the garden. Oh, Dustin, that's so lovely. So we're going to take two of these little gray pieces and we're going to drop them across from the middle. Well, maybe we're going to drop them across from the middle. There we go. Those are in there now. It's starting to look like a little face. Oh, it almost looks like Star Wars. Why can't I think of what they're called? Not this. I guess it is the Sand People, huh? I was thinking it was the little ones. Sort of a mixture between the two. Reminds me of the Sand People, but it also reminds me of the little junkers. Why can't I think of what they're called? Somebody will say it in the chat. And then we're going to find a piece of soil and pop that on top. Wow, if it was this easy to plant plants, I would be doing this all the time. The soil just clicks into place. Nice, thank you, magic packet, Jason. I guess leaving it at what I had it at before would have made sense, but it was sounding a little too loud for me at the time. Okay. I'm going to read what this says here because there's some text. It says, at a glance, Oxalis triangularis could be mistaken for a large group of butterflies. So what better way to capture this plant's iconic look than by using the Lego butterfly in a brand new color? So that is why they specifically used the butterflies, or at least that's the excuse they're making for why. So it appears we will be taking the little stem pieces and attaching butterflies to them. So we'll do that next. That's going to make for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 purple butterflies. And apparently, it's never been done in this purple color before. Oh dear, I almost broke that. That would have been very sad. There we go. Yeah, I too have become a fan of the set. We've got the poinsettia, and my partner purchased a light up kit for me. So it has, actually I think I can grab it. Let me see. The holidays are over, so we don't have it out. I need a little battery pack to be able to show you because it plugs in, obviously. Do I have one nearby? Sometimes I have one. I'm going to grab one real quick just so you can see. Oh, thank you. Dustin's wife says, I've really been looking forward to this all month. I'm sorry we're not on Jason's kitchen, but I hope you are enjoying us as we work through these plants. But let me grab that battery pack. It's just right around the corner. Ooh, I bet the smell of blueberries filling the air will be quite nice. All right, here we go. So I'll plug in the battery. See, you wind this up. You wind the cable here through. So now I've just got to loosen it a little bit. There you can see the USB. And I'll plug that in. And now I'll turn off the lights. Da-da-da-da. So there's light all around the base of the sort of vase, dealy bob, and then each of the blooms has a light on it. And of course it's kind of overexposed here, but yeah, it's actually quite subtle in person. So he got me this kit for my birthday, I think my birthday, and then also the LED light kit to add on to it. And they make them for a lot of the botanicals, which is cool. That's true, and Lego also is doing a lot of that itself. I saw the heart that they're thinking about making. Let me put this back. All right, so let's place the rest of these butterflies. So as I'm placing them, I'm kind of making adjustments so that they all fit. By the way, there's another show. Well, I was talking about the Wheel of Time earlier. No one really bit on that. There's a show on Netflix that is not an easy watch, but it is really interestingly filmed. It's called Adolescence, and it's a show about a young boy, like a 13-year-old boy, who is accused of killing one of his schoolmates. And it's the story of the situation after the accusation, but they filmed it from start to finish for each episode. So the camera does not cut. There are no cuts. They had to do so much rehearsal, and so many takes and so much build to get to where they got. And if you can imagine, if at any point one of the actors makes a big enough mistake during the scene, it's basically all one scene, each episode is one scene, then that means they have to start over from the beginning. So Netflix was talking about how, I think the first episode was the second take that they did. The second episode was like the 13th take that they did, so on and so forth from there. And I just can't imagine the work that it took to create it. But again, it's obviously a very heavy subject, but I found it really, really compelling. All right, we're almost already done with the false. Now I've forgotten again what it's called. False Shamrock. You watched season 3 on episode 1 last night? Do you mean the third episode of season 1? Because it's only a 1-season show. All right. Wait. Oh, you were talking about Wheel of Time. Oh, okay. Thank you, Burke. Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked at how bloody they've made this season. This season seems far more shocking than previous seasons. I don't usually mind that kind of thing, and I didn't for this, to be clear. I think the only recent film that really got to me was Cocaine Bear. That was so over the top and ridiculous, and I did not like that. But, they were supposed to be. But yeah, they really... Some of their decisions clearly are shifted. But I'm a big fan of the books. I've reread them now 3 times, all of those books. So I'm really happy that they're continuing on, that finally we got to see the Gray Men. My concern is that in all of the previews, I have yet to see the Snakes and the Foxes. And we're getting about to the time where Matrim Cawthon should be running into the Snakes and the Foxes. And the fact that they're not showing them is making me concerned that they are instead just doing some weird, oh, I'm floating in a ring and it's taking me to see my visions of what's changing, instead of actually taking them to the Snakes and the Foxes, because I want to see like someone else's interpretation of what the Snakes and the Foxes look like. So a little peeved about that if that ends up being the case, unless they're just purposely hiding us from it. Yeah. All right. We were moving on to the second plant, which is the Jade. I love Jade. I think it's such a lush, lively plant. I never finished all of Lord of the Rings on Amazon. I didn't expect to find myself getting bored. And yet, I did. The Rings of Power series. I just haven't enjoyed it. Which kind of breaks my heart a little bit. This one's coming together pretty easily. On the last one, I feel like we kind of had a cheat code when it came to putting together the pot. And on this, I'm feeling like there's not. I want to zoom in some more. You are liking the Lord of Rings, Rings of Power? Yeah, I liked it at first, but this season has just not done it for me. I even started to go back and read the Silmarillion. But then I fell out of that too. Okay. So now we need to collect some pieces. We've got 4 of these little like roof tile things. 2 more roof tiles, 2 duckbills, and 2 chalupas. So there's the 4. And the 4 roof tiles. To be clear, I know that's not what they are being used for here, but that is what they remind me of. Oh, it's just 2 of these and 2 of these. And 2 of the chalupas. So it looks like we take the chalupa and we put the rough roof tile on the top. And then we take 2 of the curved roof tiles and we pop those on the side. And then we take the duckbill and we stick that on the bottom. And then we're going to do that all over again. Chalupa, rough, smooth, duck. And then we stick that on the side. The green side specifically. Beautiful. Now we're going to take 2 chalupas, 4 tall coffee mugs, 2 rough roof tiles, 4 smooth roof tiles, and 2 duckbills. Chalupa, rough, smooth, Smooth. Sideways coffee mug. Sideways coffee mug. Duckbill. I know, 40 minutes already. It's wild. I'm having a good time giving these weird things names. Chalupa. Rough. Smooth. Smooth. All right, Patrick, I know it's rude to ask, but how much for the Sanctum Sanctorum duckbill? Because I know Lego can get kind of expensive. Hello, Ashley on Kick. We aren't working on miniatures this week. We're building Lego. I know you were pretty excited about the miniatures before. So your name on Kick is Puerto Rican, Ashley, which makes me wonder if you know quite a few Ashleys. And so your friend group is like, oh, I'm not talking about Canadian Ashley. I'm not talking about South African Ashley. I'm talking about Puerto Rican Ashley. Oh, $250. That's not terrible. Look at that. Look at that. That's a gorgeous pot. And look, I love these curves that the duckbill's made at the bottom. And then because we had these sideways coffee mugs, it adds this nice little sort of corner motif. This is really cool. Holy cow, that's really cool, Patrick. I do have very big hands, but these are miniature plants for sure. I'm trying to, I don't know if I have anything that, oh, I can do chapstick. Most people know the size of a chapstick bottle. I mean, chapstick tube. Whoops, there we go. And the first one that I made earlier, yeah, Oxnard Ashley, we don't talk about Oxnard Ashley, is very small. Yeah, the Lego set is called Les Petits Plants. No, that's the French. It's called Tiny Plants. Now here's some more writing. Have you ever considered learning the art of growing bonsai trees? Jade plants grow fast, are very accommodating, and can easily be trimmed to your liking. Yes, a jade plant does make a good starter bonsai. I have a bonsai that is currently in its winter phase, so it has shed all of its leaves. But I'm looking forward to it getting back into the seasonality so that it can start gaining its leaves back and I can start training it, because that's the next step. All right, we're going to take these 4 outer areas and apply those across the top. Oh my, pressed too hard. Blueberry bush. Ooh, we have someone, Puerto Rican Ashley, we have someone who is making blueberry scones right now. I'm very jealous you have a blueberry bush, though. I want some more fruit bearing plants, trees in my life, like that are mine. Now we're going to take a little sewer cover for a mouse city, I guess. And we will apply a can of root beer on top. Wait, it's not a manhole cover, it's a mouse hole cover. And then we will take a decommissioned, no, I know what this is. This is a Giant's magic wand. And we'll pop that. Oh, no, I got to take off the can of root beer. Pop that into the mouse hole cover. Then the can of root beer goes on top of the Giant's magic wand. That would be very cool, Puerto Rican Ashley, who says, imagine if they made it smell like a flower. I guess I could get some different scents and spray it on there, or drop some oils on there. And then we're going to take the bullseye lanterns, and we're going to put 2 of those on there. And they want them to be kind of catty corner from each other. My favorite flower smell. There is an orchid that grows, for certain, in the San Francisco Botanical Garden that smells like black licorice. And I love black licorice. And so that's my favorite sort of very specific scent. A more common scent would be jasmine. Wow. Dustin, that looks yummy. Those blueberries look so good. Now I need 8 of the, oh golly, what am I going to call these? 8 scones, 8 blueberry scones. The blueberries hidden. So I need 8 of those. 8 of Dustin's best scones. 3, 4, 5, 6. That was a better one, Ashley. You're right. 7. Ashley says it looks like a mini donut. Yeah. Oh, and for those of you who are the technicals among us, it is called a 1x1 round plate. That is the technical name for the little donut. So those are the 8 little donuts. Hey, little donut. And we're going to take a panhandler's pan. Or no, I'm sorry. This is actually it's a Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass. Patrick's probably cringing because I know that Lego actually makes a real magnifying glass. But look, this is fancy and made entirely of wood, so that's why it's Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass. And we'll take 8 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we will take 8 of these are hard to call anything but the hat that they are, because it's a hat, but in this case it plays the jade petal. Although I don't think it's technically called a petal. It'd be like a jade leaf, I guess. And we'll take the little donuts and put them on the Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass first. I was asked if I have a whole setup in my house or if I just kind of throw them in the back. I don't have too much Lego stuff yet that it's a problem. So there's not a specific setup. There's just who knows where they'll end up. They might end up on my little setup over here behind me, my desk, or my shot, I guess, my studio shot. They might end up. Also, I think this is one of the bigger audiences this evening. 195 viewers this evening. Thank you all for tuning in. 195. All right. Let's go back to the craft cam. That's the zoomed out one. There we go. All right. So now we're going to take the little hats and put them onto the little donuts as it clicks in place. And see, it's clever because there's just a tiny little bit of that Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass that is sticking out of the end. It's interesting seeing how delayed the stream is in comparison to me. The Titanic Lego. My problem is Lego is very expensive. I have trouble buying Lego just because justifying the cost of some of these sets is hard. But yeah, and that's the other problem is I don't have a lot of space for it. I've got more space than I have before because it's Portland instead of Northern California. But I think my significant other would murder me for bringing a bunch of Lego into the home. Too much Lego into the home. He's responsible for bringing some of it in. All right, so what we're going to do is take these little petal leaf things and apply them. To the sides. Wow, this is really coming together. I can dig it. Like so. Now I hope we're going to do something about the part here at the top, because that's sticking out. Interesting. So what we will be doing is taking this little piece, sticking a little gray. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I've got to give these all names again. We will take they are little minifigure hats, Patrick. We'll take the plain propeller and, I kind of like, no, you're right, Magic Packet Jason. That is absolutely a faucet handle. We will take the faucet handle, the bronze faucet handle, and to it we will apply the lead pipe. Timothy says, I'm the one that is a fan of Lego. My husband is the one that usually says I should get more Lego. And I'm the one that says, but where will I put it when it's done? Yes. We've got now a fall floral set and the poinsettia that you saw earlier. These are just for crafting corner, so they won't go in they may end up in the main home. I think I don't know. We'll see. And then for one gift, I got, I don't remember now. What was it? I don't know. Anyway, so pop that in there. We'll take the green disc and place it on top like so. And then, I called it a green disc. No, that is a wintergreen lozenge. Except those are pink, aren't they? Dang it. Somebody's going to come around with a good idea. I don't know what's green and disc shaped like that. Matcha made in an espresso machine. Anyway, so then we'll pop the other matcha pucks onto here, onto the faucet handle. This feels a little precarious, but I'm following the instructions. And then that's going to go on top. Check that out. That looks really cool. Then we'll pop that onto, maybe. We'll try. Okay, Timothy said, I found diamonds in a new Minecraft world. Timothy, I am not a Minecrafter, so I don't understand the significance of that. I imagine it must be pretty big. Can you explain? While that is being placed, I'm going to read this. It says, oh yeah, here we go. Extra, extra. Sorry. Let me go back to quiet voice. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Flat cap in a new color. To replicate the thick leaves of the jade plant, we used 8 Lego flat caps, first seen in the Newspaper Kid collectible Lego minifigure. So I was correct in calling it a newspaper cap earlier. Those do look like jade leaves. They did a really good job picking that. This may be my favorite one thus far. Well, so is diamond hard to find? That's my question. Because you can you're just walking around and you find a lot of different material. Is it very rarely found? Just like IRL? Oh, you can't farm them. Okay. Well, congratulations on finding some diamonds. Timothy, are you the person who made the place we went and that Leo and I visited that had that's you. That was really cool. We were walking around and pressing buttons and things were falling from the sky or something. It was pretty magnificent. Here are the pieces left over that Burke wants me to spread on the floor. Now, Burke, if I spread these on the floor and you know who steps on them, I will be telling them that it's your fault. Vault Hunters is an RPG that uses Minecraft as the engine. How does that work? Do you have to add a bunch of mods to it? Not moderators, but moderations. Okay. Got it. Wait. Is that the right word? Not. What modifications? Thank you. Yeah. I don't know why. What moderations? What? Modifications. That's interesting. Oh, that's an evil piece. I think I have one of those, Patrick. Somewhere. I'm realizing we are coming close to the end of the episode, so I don't think I want to start on bag number 2 just yet. I think we'll wait to start on bag number 2, but we did get through 2 entire plants here. We've got our gorgeous jade and our pretty false shamrock. Haha, I remembered at that time, which allegedly looks like in real life, I guess it kind of does, a group of butterflies. That sort of looks like a grouping of butterflies if you saw it, I think. This purplish blue. Yeah, so we'll place those. For now, those of you who tuned in, if you watch Tech News Weekly tomorrow, you'll be able to go, oh, those are the pieces that Mikah made on Crafting Corner. Wait, Puerto Rican Ashley, you've never seen Jade in real life? I'm excited about the very prickly cactus. I might put those on the edge so that they're easier to see. This is a character from a D&D campaign that I run. This is one of the people that my players ran across who ended up being a bit of a hit, both for me and for them. Her name is Tawny, and Patrick Delahanty 3D printed this for me, and then I painted it. And this was my first time painting a minifig and sealing it afterward. Whoops, it's seeing my eyes. And so that's Tawny, the like dark gnome. And she's got a bunch of cash in her hand and below. So she's back there. Thank you, Patrick. I agree, Dustin. I hope you enjoy your delicious scones, and I'd love to see how those overalls turn out. Wishing you all the best this evening, and I'm looking forward to being back soon as we continue to build these out. I'll be itching to add more to the collection, so I'm looking forward to it. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Again, be sure to thank you for noticing that. Bookend Kitties. Be sure to tune in every month on, the third Wednesday of the month for Mikah's Crafting Corner. And Dustin, I'm going to try to resist doing them. I am. You mean the overalls. I thought you were saying by the next Crafting Corner, I'll probably have all of the plants done. No, I'm going to resist. But I see what you're saying, the overalls. Thank you, Bookend Kitties, for tuning in. Puerto Rican Ashley, Dustin, Patrick, Burke, Timothy, Magic Packet Jason, and so many more of you. Be sure to check out Tech News Weekly tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And we will see you then. Have a lovely rest of your day, evening, afternoon, whatever it happens to be, wherever you are. Goodbye, all.